Hello and welcome to English Literature, another chapter from Flamingo, Poem 3. A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. Before reading any chapter, it is very important to know about the poet or the author of the text. Here we'll see about John Keats, the writer of A Thing of Beauty. John Keats is renowned for his odes, sonnets, and narrative poems. He was born on 31st October 1795, Moorgate, London, United Kingdom. He died on 23rd February 1821 at the age of 25, Rome, Italy. He was British. He was influenced by many famous poets like Milton, Spenser, William Hazlitt, Virgil. His siblings Thomas, Francis, Mary Keats, George Keats. He was born to Francis Jennings Keats and Thomas Keats. He has written a number of works, but some of his works are, as mentioned, Ode to a Nightingale, Ode to a Grecian Urn, Ode to Melancholy, To Autumn, La Bella Dim Sans Mercy, When I Have Fears. He has received no awards during his lifetime. He died too young. Famous quotes from some of his works are: A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Beauty is truth, truth, beauty. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. The poem that we are about to go through, A Thing of Beauty, let's see the introduction. It is not a standalone poem, but rather the opening lines of John Keats' poem Endymion, which was first published in 1818. So this is not an independent poem, it is a few lines taken from his work Endymion that was published in 1818. The line, A thing of beauty is joy forever, appears at the beginning of the poem. In this poem, that is, A Thing of Beauty, the poet lists out some of the beautiful things that surround us. As the saying goes, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. He says that the numerous creations of God, like the sun, which gives us energy, the moon's beauty, the trees which give us shade, are the natural beauties around us. The various animals like the sheep that surround us make our world lively. The pretty flowers like daffodils make the world green and lively. The flowing streams of water cool and refresh us in the hot summer season. The forests, which are full of the pretty musk rose flowers, are a beautiful sight to the eyes. All these are the things of beauty. Also, the stories of the brave soldiers who laid their lives to protect their people are beautiful and inspiring. These beautiful things are like a fountain of immortality bestowed upon us by God. They inspire us to live on and maintain our faith in goodness. It's time to know the central idea of the poem. The poem A Thing of Beauty focuses on the enduring and uplifting power of beauty. It suggests that beautiful things, whether natural or man-made, provide a lasting source of joy and solace, acting as a remedy for life's hardships and offering a connection to something transcendent. Eternal beauty has lifelong attraction. It never fades away. The earth is full of hatred, greed, and negativity. According to the poet, the gloom and sadness caused by this negativity fades away with the positive vibes of the beautiful things that surround us. Here the poet says that beauty is a cure to all problems in our life. You find peace from your problems. You find comfort. You find protection. A beautiful thing is to be praised forever. Beauty never fades. It goes on increasing. That is what the poem is about. Uplifting power of beauty. When beautiful things provide a lasting source of joy and solace. It helps us from all the negativity around us. It's time to read the poem. A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Spite of despondence, of the inhuman dirt, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and o'erdarkened ways, made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with the green world they live in, and clear rills, that's for themselves a cooling covert make, 'gainst the hot season, the mid-forest brake, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such, too, is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heavens' brink. Let's see the poem again. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and a quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dirt, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and o'erdarkened ways, made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Such the sun, the moon, the trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with a green world they live in, and clear rills, that for themselves a cooling covert make, 'gainst the hot summer season, the mid-forest brake, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heavens' brink. Let's see the explanation of the poem, A Thing of Beauty. This poem is highly symbolic. It shows how beauty can uplift the spirits and remove all negativities from our life. Let us see in details. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways, made for our searching, Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. See, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. That is, whatever is beautiful, whatever is aesthetic, whatever is pleasant to the eyes, will always give you happiness. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness. The loveliness of a beautiful object or a beautiful scenery will never fade away, it will go on increasing. Beauty or a scene, any scenery or a sight pleasant to your eyes is specially reflecting your feelings. So whatever is beautiful will always provide you joy, and it will always increase the longing for the beauty, the attractive power. It will never fade away, but will keep a bower quiet for us and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. You will get solace, comfort in beauty. It is a kind of a bower, a shady place, quiet for us, so you can sit there, enjoy. You can view everything where you get sweet dreams, health. You will be healing. This shows the healing power of nature, the beauty, how it heals. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, despite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth, of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. So every next morning we weave, or we metaphorically we are building, we are making, weaving, we are wreathing, entwining in a circular way, or making a garland. Similarly, metaphorically, we are connecting, you are building a connection, a flowery band to bind us to earth. That is the elements of nature, joy. The flowery band is nothing but the binding force. So we are binding ourselves to earth, to nature, spite of despondence in human dearth. So here he says, it has uplifting power. The beauty has the power of uplifting or providing solace in the middle of feelings of despair and hopelessness. That is dejection, despondence. Among all these things, beauty is the only thing which provides you comfort. And the inhuman death is where there is lack of noble qualities in human beings. When you meet people around, if you find them not a good company, it is only beauty, which is a place where you can find comfort, you can find peace. Of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, so in spite of all the negativity present in the world, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. So any form of beauty uplifts the burden of negativity. So it's just like a covering. Sorrow is just like a covering, and it is beauty, any shape of beauty that will lift the covering and free your spirits. So anything that is beautiful always is pleasant to eyes. The loveliness will always go on increasing. It will never fade away. It will always provide us solace. It is like an arbor to us, providing shade, where we can have pleasant life with good health, quiet breathing. Therefore, every day, every other day, we weave, we create, we try to bind a flowery band to bind us to earth. That is, we refer to beautiful elements of nature. We use the flowery band is the different elements of nature. They help us to connect with earth. They help us to have a sense of belongingness. Any dejection, any lack or scarcity of human qualities, noble qualities, all the negative things, over darkened ways and all, still beauty, any shape, anything which is beautiful will lift your spirits. It will boost your energy. You will remove all negativities from your life. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, and such are daffodils, with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make. 'Gainst the hot season the mid-forest break, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heavens brink. See, such as the sun, moon. In this part, various elements of nature they are referred to. For example, the sun, the moon, a sprouting shady boon. They are all mentioned here. They are providing shelter. It's like a blessing for simple sheep. Here sheep is not only animal, it refers to mankind, human. And daffodils with the green world they live in. So the flowers and all surrounding everyone they live in. It's a green world, greenery everywhere, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert. They provide a shelter. The rills, the streams. Why? To protect themselves from the heat. The midsummer, mid-forest break, rich with sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. See? Flowers, plants, trees. It's nature, the surrounding earth, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms. Grandeur is the magnificent of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. Mighty dead, the people, those who were great, the powerful people, such was the grandeur of the dooms. So it says that during the doomsday or the day of judgment, magnificent way of the legacy of the dead that will be done. The stories that we know about them, that is the grandeur. So like, rich with the sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. Such beautiful will be the day of judgment. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heavens spring. So all those stories that we have read, we have read about them, the mighty dead, the magnificent way that on the day of judgment we imagine the legacy, the stories. How do we know about them? Through the stories that either we have read or we have heard from someone. It has passed on from one generation to the other. It's an endless fountain of immortal drink. It's a continuous source of joy through beauty, though particularly it is not a fountain. Endless fountain of immortal drink is metaphorically the everlasting, the beauty of nature. It's immortal, it's eternal, pouring unto us from the heaven spring. So it is as if coming straight from heaven, the edge of heaven, which resembles all the beautiful things are God's everlasting gifts to humanity, providing joy and sustenance. The whole poem deals with beauty, the impact of beauty, the healing power of beauty. At the beginning we have the definition of beauty. What is beauty? What is the thing of beauty? It's a joy forever. Beauty, impact, it provides joy which lasts a lifetime. It never fades away. Then it goes on to say that beauty will take one form and another. It will go on changing form, but the impact will not be different. It will never fade away. It will always be new. Then it shows how we metaphorically built up a connection with nature. How? By wreathing a flowery band, that is refers to all the beautiful things which provides joy. We are connecting ourselves to earth. Though there is negativity, there is sadness, still beauty has the power of uplifting, providing solace from the feelings of despair and hopelessness. Wherever there is a lack in human qualities or noble qualities, beauty provides us shelter. Beauty takes the burden of negativity away from us. It takes the pall, it takes the shroud or the covering from all the negativities, bringing in positive vibes. All the elements of beauty, for example, the sun, trees, it provides shade, shelter. To whom? Sheep symbolize mankind. Even Christ is referred to as the shepherd, so it's God. God created beauty. The flowers, the rills, all those things exist together, help each other. They provide comfort to each other. Beauty is nothing but a shelter which covers, protects from every negative aspect. It provides everlasting joy. Rich with a sprinkling of fair rust bloom, and then there is a grandeur of dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead. We have imagined how the powerful, how the great people, when they will meet the day of judgment, how they will be cherished, the magnificent way. And we have heard about them through the stories told to us, or we have read the stories passed from generation to generation. That is how we know about the deeds of the magnificent deeds of the great people. And beauty provides an endless fountain of immortal drink. The fountain is not immortal, it simply means beauty, continuous, never-ending fountain, that is continuous source of joy. Beauty, particularly the beauty of nature, provides joy. It flows on, continuous, never dries up, and as if it is coming to us straight from heaven. Beautiful things are God's everlasting gifts to humanity. Endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heaven spring. It is a gift of nature. It comes to us. It's God's everlasting gift to humanity. Provides joy and sustenance. So there is no other way to protect our souls but to take shelter in beauty. Beauty will take you from negativity, show you the light of positivity, and bring happiness to your mind and soul. Let's go through some of the word meanings. Joy is happiness or pleasure. Borrow is a grove or arbor or a shady place under a tree in a garden or wood. Morrow is tomorrow or the next day. Breathing is garlanding. Despondence is loss of hope or discouragement. Dearth is lack or shortage. Gloomy is sad or unhappy. Darkened ways are unknown path or choices that are difficult and challenging. Pall is a shroud or a blanket or covering. Spirits, souls or lives. Sprouting, emerging or developing. Boon is a blessing or advantage. Rills, a small stream. Covert, concealed or shaded area. Brake is a thicket or dense undergrowth. Sprinkling, scattering. Grandeur is magnificence or splendor. Mighty, powerful or great. Immortal, eternal or unforgettable. Brink is edge or rim. Let's see some of the literary devices used in the poem. Rhyming scheme AABBC. You get the words like forever, never, keep, sleep, breathing. Enjambment, when a sentence continues or an idea continues to the next line without any pause or punctuation. For example, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. Alliteration. Some examples here. Repetition of consonant sound. You get the sound of S repeated in sweet, sleep, some, shape. You get the sound of B in band, bind. Again you have N in noble natures. Assonance, repetition of vowel sound. In the example, you can get the sound of E and O getting repeated. For example, of noble natures. Again, O sound in pass into nothingness. The repetition of E and I sounds in its loveliness increases, it will never. Next we have personification, where inhuman things are given or animals are given human characteristics. For example, daffodils, they are dancing. Rills, it's a stream making a cooling covert for themselves. So they are doing something. Again, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Beauty is described as if it can move, so it's like a person. Metaphor, when it's comparison. You say something, it means something, not literally, but it has a hidden meaning. Bower quiet refers to the calmness of the bower, to the calming effect of a beautiful thing. So see, metaphor, comparison. Bower quiet is nothing but the calmness. Quiet is calmness of the bower is compared to the calming effect of beautiful thing. Bower is nothing but here the beauty. Wreathing a flowery band, here the beautiful things of our life bind us to the earth. Flowery band. Imagery, when words create sensory effect, beautiful things are lined up in a string, you can have a visual effect through words. For example, a flowery band to bind us, trees giving shade, sprouting shady boon, growing process of daffodils, like daffodils with the green world they live in, clear river streams for clear rills. So these are a few lines which has beautiful effect. Sensory images are prepared. Let's see. Now you have inversion. Normal order of words is reversed, or the structure is reversed. Are we reading a flowery band? Instead of writing, we are reading a flowery band. See, are we reading a flowery band? Antithesis, opposite words placed together. For example, old and young. Anaphora, first word or phrase of consecutive lines get repeated. For example, of noble natures of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways. See, the word of, it gets repeated. Symbolism, when a thing or a person or it can be an object, they symbolize, they represent something higher. For example, simple sheep is nothing but mankind. How Jesus sees it as Christ sees people as shepherd, similar to how Christ is seen as a shepherd. So symbolizes mankind. Flowery band is nothing but the love and connection with nature. Endless fountain of immortal drink symbolizes eternal joy that comes from beauty and divine. So simple sheep for mankind, flowery band for love and connection with nature, or the beautiful elements of nature which symbolize joy. Endless fountain of immortal drink is eternal joy that comes from beauty, divine. Beauty is everlasting. Transferred epithet, when an adjective is used for a noun which it doesn't support. For example, gloomy days. The days are not sad or gloomy, but people are. Unhealthy and overdarkened ways. The paths are not unhealthy, but the situations in life are. Hyperbole is nothing but the exaggeration of something. It's very simple to understand. For example, if a person says, I can eat an elephant, he cannot eat an elephant. How can a person eat even the size of up to the size of elephant? So that is exaggeration. Endless fountain of immortal drink. Fountain is not really endless, but symbolizing never-ending joy. That is fountain, the same as symbolism. See, eternal joy. never-ending joy, not literally the fountain. Endless fountain is something that is vast and indefinite. That is the poetic device used here. For any doubts, you can use the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Any more topics, you can always use the comment section. Thank you.